My mama used to always tell me that trouble was very easy to get into, hard to get out of. And for those of you who have debt or bad health, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But something is also toxic that we can try to avoid, and that is toxic relationships. And usually toxic relationships have certain signs because red flags will be repetitive in a person's behavior. And if you can catch them early enough, you can typically avoid them or get away. But you see, sometimes toxic relationships come with an added benefit, or so people believe it's a benefit, and that is this whole life of finance and flaunting on social media. See, if you're a lady, you're an Instagram model, you're an Instagram creator, being in a toxic relationship might be cool for you, because on the flip side, you can post your lifestyle, you can get more brand deals, and you can show other people that you have arrived. And in fact, certain artists talk about it all the time. Sexy Red, Glorilla, Meg Thee Stallion, even my favorite singer, Mary J. Blige. Toxic relationships are just a part of everyday life in Black culture. But it's just not Black culture where that exists. It's all humanity. And today we're gonna fly all the way to Nigeria to pretty much check it out. Dima, Afrobeats music! And today we're talking about this very beautiful lady, Asta XXO. She was a very attractive Instagram model. And you know what? She was living the high life, especially in a country like Nigeria, where you have a lot of rich people, but even more poor people. And with so many people looking up to her, trying to change from their life to get to hers, she could have been an inspiration, especially to many pretty young ladies who wanted to find a man that could help them. And you know what? With a man with a name like #Killerboy, stop the show. I'm not being disrespectful. That's what his name is. It looked like that's how it was. You see, because Killerboy seemed to be a baller. He seemed to have a lot of money. He seemed to be doing very well. And for some of the ladies around him, could have even been seeming attractive. But before I get into this story is very similar to something that we've seen in the United States. If you guys remember Courtney Clenny and Christian Obumseli. Now, Courtney Clenny was a lady on OnlyFans that made $3 million in 1 year. And Christian Obumseli was a Nigerian man who loved white women. But see, this clip kind of signified that there were red flags in the relationship that Christian Obumseli just couldn't figure out.
She is a popular Instagram model with millions of followers. Now she's charged with murdering her boyfriend. She's claiming it was self-defense, but prosecutors have released this video of the model fighting with her boyfriend that they say proves she was the aggressive one in the relationship. Here's Amber Cogliano.
It's shocking video. A young woman fights with her boyfriend in the elevator of their Miami apartment building. She repeatedly hits him and throws punches. At one point, he pushes her away. The woman is 26-year-old Courtney Clenny, a popular Instagram model with 2 million followers.
Do you need a boyfriend? No, you don't.
Clenny hit the headlines in April when she allegedly stabbed her boyfriend to death in their apartment. Clenny claims she acted in self-defense after her boyfriend, Christian Obumseli, attacked her. But now, a bombshell new development.
We are charging 26-year-old Courtney Taylor Clenny with 1 count of second-degree murder in Christian's death.
Prosecutor Catherine Fernandez-Rundle played the elevator video shot 2 months before Obumseli was killed at a news conference on the case. She says the couple had a violent and toxic 2-year relationship with arguments so fierce the building management were planning to evict them.
The video, we felt, was just a very descriptive way to show what the relationship was and who was the aggressor.
The day Obumseli was killed, it was Clenny who called 911.
On that 911 call, Christian can be heard in the background repeatedly saying that he was dying. Clenny is also heard saying, "I'm so sorry, baby."
According According to the prosecutor, Clenny said she actually threw the knife at her boyfriend from about 10 feet away. But forensic evidence allegedly shows otherwise. Clenny was arrested in Hawaii, where her lawyer says she was in rehab for substance abuse and post-traumatic stress disorder. Yesterday, she was wearing a black tank top and looked close to tears at a hearing to extradite her back to Miami.
Can you please tell me your full name?
Clenny will not fight extradition. Her lawyer says there is clear evidence of self-defense, claiming that Obumseli attacked her and choked her that evening, and that Clenny had no choice but to meet force with force. But the prosecutor says this explosive video proves she was the aggressor in the volatile relationship.
Courtney, Clenny's defense attorney called that fighting video irrelevant because it doesn't show what happened the night of the stabbing and says it will likely be inadmissible at the trial.
So that is the connection there. But you see, just like this person, Christian Obumseli, he got into an argument and he was stabbed to death. Well, the same thing happened, but in this time, it's been in reverse. You see, Asta was stabbed to death by, Killer Boy. And what happened was, they were trying to get into her apartment and, she was not coming outside and no one approached the door because the mom said she had been missing. And after nobody approached the door, the police used a ladder to access the property through the fence. They entered the building, and I hate to say this, to discover the mutilated body of the missing Instagram lady. And also, it pains me to say this, her breasts, genitalia, and eyeballs were removed. And this is to say that because the man most likely used her body parts to perform rituals. Now, the man himself is on the run, but now he basically is responding on Instagram. Killer Boy is saying this: "Sad music. I got into an argument with my girlfriend, Asta XXO, which fight I mistakenly stabbed her and ran away out of fear and been suicidal since then." Stop the show. How do you mistakenly stab somebody? How did you even mistakenly get the knife in the first place? Because if it was a mistake, you wouldn't have the knife in the first place. What you're trying to do is lie, but that's okay. Let's continue. I intend to end my life now because I have lost the one cherish so much. I should be like, I cherish so much. I want to do the right thing and turn myself in. So which one of these things are you trying to do, bro? I will gladly die by paying with my life now. I have failed myself. I have failed my mom. I have failed my family. Oh Lord, I can't believe this. I can't leave. I think you're trying to say I can't live with this guilt. I'm going crazy. Nothing to kind again, and I will say nothing but the truth, all from the beginning to what brought us here. Let's see what brought us here. He says this: I should have left this toxic relationship, but I didn't. Oh Lord, forgive me for my sins. I wish I can go back in time and undo this, but it has happened. I'm not a bad person. I'm not an evil person. I'm not a criminal. Stop the show. Technically, you will be a criminal when they catch you. I didn't commit murder. Okay. Bro, they're saying that the lady was mutilated. So who committed the murder if you didn't? Like, you're saying you're not gonna lie, but you're lying right now. Nothing was intended. Oh Lord, I don't know how this happened, but I want to live the remaining day on earth now, knowing I do the same thing and take accountability. I will say nothing but the truth and come out clean. I hope God grant me eternal peace and accept me. Then he also says this: I'm not a bad person. I swear I'm not a bad person. But with what has happened, I think I deserve nothing but death. I will gladly pass away by hanging, by shooting, whichever way fate has for me, I'm willing. I can't live with this guilt knowing the girl I love so much died in my own hands. Well, God, why this? What do I do now? I deserve death. I want to die. And he's talking about how he can't face his family and all these other things. We'll get into that later. But I want to do a solid for you guys, right? There's this good video about, breaking up with a girlfriend and what you need to do. I want to play that right now, and then I'm going to come back.
It's not working with a girl, walk away and don't look back. And there's two reasons for that. Number one, if there's any chance
that it's going to work out, the best possible way for you to get it to work out is by wishing them luck, walking away, and don't look back. That's the best way.
How so?
Because if there is something there, she will let you know eventually. And if there's nothing there, you're going to know that too, because you never hear from her again. And I know it's hard. You'll get some of those waves, but those waves will become less frequent and they'll become less powerful. And eventually you can move on.
So that YouTube short comes from a really good channel on YouTube, Chris Williamson. And, I really want to talk about this because, guys, there are just going to be times in relationships where things can be toxic depending on the person. And everybody is not going to be good for you. Some people can push your buttons, but you always, as a man, have the ability to control yourself. Always. Not some of the time, always. What this guy is saying that he had no control over himself. How do you not have control over yourself? You are a man. You always should be having control over yourself. If the lady is toxic and you are toxic and you can't handle that lady or be with that lady, or she can't handle dealing with you, let her go. Because the only thing that you're going to do is ruin your life. Now you're begging. Now you're saying, I'm sorry. If you were sorry, you wouldn't have grabbed that knife. If you were sorry, and if you're going to try to say, well, I didn't mutilate her, somebody else did it. Well, bro, you're going to still be held accountable because you're the one that stabbed her. So if somebody else came and did whatever that you're saying they did, which they didn't, you're still responsible for that. So guys, learn how to control yourself, okay? Learn how to walk away, all right? Nobody is worth you losing your life for. Nobody is worth you taking their life for, especially a young lady. If she's cheating on you, if she wants to live her life doing whatever she wants to do, and you guys know that a lot of ladies that are Instagram models or OnlyFans models, ladies that live that sort of lifestyle, yeah, they're gonna have options. And if you can't deal with that, don't date a woman like that. Just let them go. You're gonna make somebody fall in line. You're gonna beat a woman into falling in line to say, no, you're not, man. It's easier to let them go. If they're gonna go ahead and do what they want to do, let them do it. There's plenty of women out there that that will be women that want to stay in the house. They're not looking to be all like that. They want to have babies and be good. Get you somebody on your level, man. Stop chasing IG models. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. But before you do, subscribe to the bell. We're out.